Hello everyone, it is Pelicandude, and I'm deciding to play Galactic War. I haven't made a video in forever. Holy crap. Alright, so Galactic War, haven't really played much of it, but now that the game is actually kind of done, I decided, what the heck, right? So, first things first, let's make a series out of this. Size, Uber. I think difficulty, hard. And, what commander? Normally I am a progenitor in most of my multiplayer games, but let's be something interesting. Let's be... I kind of like the quads, but I think Nemicus will be cool. I kind of like him too. And our faction, of course. Oh, the Foundation. You know what, I think that's what we're going to have to go as, is the Foundation. So we'll name our war Foundation War. So I think we have to be the Foundation, because I think what we can say is we have been left behind. We were deactivated strategically. We were a contingency plan for our faction. Our commander was. He was left on a planet in anticipation of the destruction that was going to occur. Our leaders were very wise. They predicted that the galaxy would be mostly annihilated, and so they strategically hid this commander and left him on a remote system with all kinds of information and DNA samples, so that way we could rebuild our great empire after a period of dark ages. But instead of rebuilding it with knowledge and wisdom and political maneuvering, I think this foundation will instead be trying to rebuild the Galactic Empire with laser cannons and nuclear weapons, because violence is the first refuge of highly intelligent beings. So yes, with that, we shall go to war. And I don't really care about the intro video. Okay. So, yeah, we got quite a few planets going on here. We're in like a... Look how thick the planets are over here. Like, the planets are so thick, and then we're in this distant part. So we have an enemy available to us that we could fight right away, but I don't think that is really that good of a place to start, because we don't really have any techs yet. So we're going to go to a neutral planet first. We're going to jump over there and see what kind of techs we might be able to acquire. Okay, so we get advanced defenses, you know, that might be useful. And Tygos. Alright, cool. And Chi Leonese. I'd like to get like a unit type thing. Okay, we already have that one. Let's go further in, right? Let's see. Oh, good. We're already, like, we're just like charging into the middle of the galaxy. Oh, it reduced the cost of building defensive structures by 50%. See, that's a nice one, but it's one that I'll be comfortable ditching if we would rather get something else. Orbital armor upgrade, that's another thing I'd be comfortable ditching. Not really getting anything I really want. Another data bank. Improved build arms. This is something I recommend to people if you're doing Galactic War. If you try not to care about necessarily holding on to these planets, because you're just jumping in blind, and you could easily, be taken over as a result of that. But you might as well try and get as many neutral planets as you can, just for the sake of finding good techs. Oh. Yeah, we want that. We want complete orbital tech. That'll be nice. And we might be running out of neutral planets here pretty soon. Efficiency tech, we already have that. Seriously, there's a lot of duplicate techs. We've gotten... Look how many planets we've scanned already, but just do not even have access to. So, we're going to not care about all these neutral planets that we just took over. The whole purpose here is just, yeah, duplicate tech. Really? This is kind of pathetic. Alright. Oh, yes, basic air tech, we want that. So we Want to orbital armor tech? Let's do... No, that'll be useful. Defense fabrication tech. This just reduces cost of defenses, which is not the most important thing. So we'll delete this and download air fabrication. And this looks like this will be the last neutral planet we'll be able to get at. Bot combat tech. Oh, but we don't actually have the ability to build bots. So that's awkward. I think we'll delete orbital armor tech and download this. I feel like bots will be a bit more relevant than orbital units in most situations. But that is that. We have gotten every neutral planet that we possibly could without going to war. But now it is time to begin our first battle. We will be fighting in the system of Karachakina something. I don't know. Who cares? Let's blow them up. We do not negotiate with anyone. We kill them. We have no interest in what you have to say. We simply want you to shut up and stop saying it, which means killing you horribly. Oh, nice little dual planet system. They're on the same orbit, which, technically speaking, one thing I thought of when I was when I was a newcomer to Planetary Annihilation, I was trying to think of what would make for a cool planetary system. I thought it would be fun to have two planets on the same orbit, and then they would collide after like 30 minutes, so you have to like race to get off the orbit, or get off the planet. Then I learned a little bit more about the way orbits actually work in reality, and of course that is when, you know, I kind of learned that if two objects are on the exact same orbit, they are moving at the exact same speed, and they would actually kind of never hit each other. So, unless they're moving against each other, which is rare for other reasons. But, yes. Essentially, if two objects are on opposite ends of the exact same orbit, they will never impact each other, ever. Because, orbital bodies, the speed at which you orbit is determined by your distance relevant to the object you're orbiting. And if you are orbiting faster, that just means that you're going to get pushed onto a higher orbit. That does not mean you are going to go around your orbit faster. That means that your orbit will instead expand. So yes, interesting little bits of science there, I suppose. Learned from Kerbal Space Program, of course. Didn't actually learn it from any like legitimate source. I learned it from playing video games. And who's to say that's not a legitimate source, right? Okay. Yeah, that after Kerbal Space Program has caused me to just realize how screwed up the orbital mechanics in this game really are. Launching things straight up into space from the launch facilities and stuff like that. Thing is just going straight up and then having incredibly alterable orbits that don't actually orbit, they just kind of float around up in space above the planet. But oh well, it's the aim of this game was not realism, it was awesome, remember? So who cares? But who knows? Maybe I'll make a Kerbal Space Program video if I feel so compelled to. You know, because I don't make any other videos most of the time. So let's see what's going on here. I set the difficulty to hard, and there is the enemy. So let's send these bots skittering over here quickly to secure these metal fields before the enemy can get here, hopefully. And that should hopefully be good. And our commander is just enough of a boss that he just shoots that guy down, gives no cares, bam, like, get out of my face. Just wants to, he's just so good at shooting things with that little arm cannon of his. Much better than the TA commanders were. The total annihilation, the commanders actually would attempt to attack air units or defend themselves from air units. All units technically would attempt to defend themselves from air units. It's just that most of them were pretty horrible at it. So you still actually did want to build anti-aircraft defenses, even though everything technically could shoot at aircraft. It's just that most of it kind of sucked at it. I once had a horde of peewees. Fun little note. So peewees were kind of like the basic stealth bots in Total Annihilation, one might say, for the ARM faction. And they had these amazing little guns. They were energy machine guns, EMGs. And I had so many peewees that there were hundreds of them. It was just kind of trolling, more or less, because really peewee swarm is not the most effective way to win. But so I had so many peewees that this enemy, he sent like a formation of bombers. There wasn't a lot of them, but there was whatever, 20. And there were so many EMG bullets flying through the air that I actually managed to shoot down these bombers with the peewees just by saturation fire, basically. So fun little stories from the olden days of gaming, right? So let's make some hummingbirds because the enemy seems to be content to bomb us. So we want to avoid getting bombed. As most people like to avoid getting bombed, for some reason, can't figure it out. You know, it's interesting how people don't like getting blown up. It really is. Fascinating. But we're gonna start encroaching on his little his territory here. These two guys, you tap these and then start making a little bit of a line of defense here. Because we don't have advanced eco-tech yet. We don't really have advanced tech of any kind as of yet. So, oh, we already got a good fighter squadron going on here. We're going to pull these engineers off here because we don't necessarily want to have our eco stall horribly. But here we go. We've got our fighter squadron. Send them in. Oh, enemy commander. I love how the enemy commanders apparently have like seeking shots. That's how that whole thing works? Okay, whatever. That is very interesting. I did not realize that. I just thought he was super good at like shooting things with his laser gun. Okay, we're gonna pull our tanks back so that way they don't get horribly killed by the enemy commander one at a time. So yeah, we're just gonna have our fighters patrol around looking all cool. There's something about having fighter patrols that is kind of cool, you know? It's just neat. And you guys need to actually do something over here. So there we go. And you guys can make some more factories, I guess. There's one. Gotta find proper build placement. I love what they've done to the terrain in this game. It is so much better than it used to be, the terrain generation. I love it. It actually has a lot more character to the maps now, as opposed to just being like kind of meh. That's how I used to feel about the maps. They were just kind of meh, and now they definitely pretty sweet, I must say. Let's try and get rid of these annoying aircraft that are flying around. That's probably a scout plane, so I doubt we'll have the capability to actually catch up to that one. But, you know, oh, something's down here. Let's intercept it. Again, I think it's a scout plane. Oh! Alright, I got it. Well, this fighter squadron can chill out for a little while then, I guess. And we'll make some bombers, because bombers are useful. We'll actually use them to take these guys out. Attack! There we go. Where's the commander? Oh, there he is. Commander, I could hardly see you. In with all those little energy generators, you fit right in. You make a really good energy generator, Commander. I guess that's myself, technically. It's like my avatar on the battlefield. I love how we get a little bit of an advantage there because the turrets were facing the wrong way. It's nice that they don't just have like insta-turn like some games. Cough. Alright, so I think it was like Supreme Commander 2 that the point defense basically had like instantaneous turning capabilities. I can't remember or not. I know the artillery did not in Supreme Commander 2. The artillery actually had to track, and most stuff had to track, but point defense just had like a ridiculous turning rate, I feel like, if I remember properly. But, yeah. I'm glad we played on hard this time, because I was playing on normal earlier, and it was just disappointing. This might even be a little bit easy. I don't know. We'll find out as it goes along. We started pretty close to this guy, so it's hard to say exactly how things would have turned out. But obviously, we're kind of wrecking him. So, here we go. Yeah, we'll wreck up his base, right? Commander's leaving, so there's no real threat to us here anymore. And don't have enough bombers yet to pose a credible threat to their commander, but I haven't even like made anything with these factories. I'm a bad person. I'm a horrible person. I mean, I'm trying to murder all these other bots that just want peace, probably. Except they're trying to murder me too, so I guess they don't. Whatever. There's lots of murder involved in Planetary Annihilation. Interplanetary murder game. So let's, yeah, we've got a fairly good bomber squadron going on, and we'll give them some fighter escort. So just select all these little hummingbirds, or whatever they're called, and get the bombers going. So, Control Z, and oh yeah, we've got 15 of each. How perfect! Oh, we're actually going to kill them without before the bombers get there, maybe. No, we'll still need the bombers, I think. There we go. Goodbye! Boom! Good job, boys. Well done, the 5 survivors of our 30 aircraft formation. I guess that's better than the rebels attacking the Death Star, right? Alright. Well done, gentlemen. What a nice little battle. Let's return to war. Less than 10 minutes, wow. Alright, awesome. Let's see what kind of cool techs he had. Ooh. You know what, let's reject this bot tech. Because we don't even have bots yet, so we might as well get the artillery tech. No, that should hopefully be helpful. So we already have like a fairly expansive empire, even though we haven't fought many people. Where do we want to go? I think before this episode is over, we should try and clear this guy out from Epsilon Persei or whatever. Omicron Persei 8. Let's go conquer them. Alright. Calculating the approach vector, sure. Whatever you want. That means loading system, I'm guessing. It's taking a little while. There we go. Oh, we've got... Oh! Pinktopia is apparently a smashable planet. And not only that, it only takes 1 Halley. We don't actually have the capability to build Halleys, I think, at this point. But hopefully the enemy doesn't, because that might be unfortunate. Alright, so let's... Neither of these places are particularly great. We'll have to walk a little bit before we even make our first mechs. But let's spawn here. Have our little ship fly down from above. From heaven above. Of course, the totally impractical thing about Planetary Annihilation Galactic War is that if you already had control of a planetary system, then obviously, you know, you're gonna win, because it only takes like 10 minutes. Especially, you know, imagine if you didn't have to worry about building, you know, units to defend yourself. Like, in half an hour, you could have a couple of nukes already set up and, you know, hundreds of units, and as soon as somebody landed on your planet, it would just be like, goodbye. Nuclear bomb right on your face. So, you know, just throwing it out there. But of course, since this is a video game, you know, the enemy who already owns this planet can't start building things on it until after we get here. You know, they have to be polite and sportsmanlike. Isn't that nice of them? So, yeah, there's really not a lot of water, I feel like, at this point in the game, which is a bit of a shame. I wish there was. You know, naval units just kind of feel like this irrelevant thing on most planets. But, I don't know, like, it's hard for me to remember whether the naval units are okay or not because I use them so little. Okay, so they've already got an aircraft up, and we'll make radar tower. Excuse me, this guy needs to go over here and make some defenses for this new little metal base. And this guy will help him. And this man, or this vehicle, shall go here with his accomplice. And, oh, there's the enemy. They shall be responsible for making stuff there. And then these two guys need to get on making more factories. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like the commander having anti-aircraft missiles. Like, it just seems a little overpowered. He's just, like, murdering these poor planes. It kind of defeats the purpose of fast bomber. Yeah, it totally defeats the purpose of fast bomber. Like, you know, it's like in another game, you know, if you get a bomber up fast, then you can come in and hopefully raid and take out some stuff, but this is pretty much making that irrelevant. But, oh well. I love how my completely undefended base, these bots keep turning away from... Well, I guess I have the commander pretty close, so... Yep, bam. Goodbye. Bye-bye. So now we've got our bolos out. He's hiding behind trees, so that way the enemy does not see him. Oh, they've got a grenadier now, too. Don't chase after them. Hold your position. Is there a command for that? Move order, hold position. I prefer my units to hold position. Okay. I don't like them running off where I don't know where. Where have they gone? Who knows? Okay. So the commander needs to build more and more energy. I find that my commander just ends up being like my energy reactor creator. Like, he has no other purpose in existing. He just makes energy generators. Kind of unfortunate, but... oh well. You know, it's what he's best at. He just queues up himself a line of energy generators and then goes to town on commanding his other forces. This isn't Supreme Commander 2. There is no such thing as ACU rush here. Why is the commander nanolaving backwards? Mysteries of the universe. And apparently this little lake area is so shallow that it's totally irrelevant. And bots can, like, pass right through it or something. Awesome! Okay, so we'll have to build some defenses there then, if that is indeed the case. And, yeah, aircraft. Bumblebees! We have no affiliation with that horrible Transformers movie. Okay, well, all four of the horrible Transformers movies. No offense if you like Transformers. It's just that it's not my cup of tea. How about we leave it at that, eh? So, keep building vehicle plants because units are important. And let's make our first little push at the enemy. We can give them some air support too if we need to. Can actually do a little attack of the cons thing here. Can make a forward defense base or something. We'll peel off a couple of these tanks over to the side here and destroy whatever they have coming at us this way, hopefully. Okay. We have... Oh, pull back. Don't get in the flamethrower range. Okay, good. We've got him. We got this. Although we're not hitting him. Were the trees blocking the shots? I suppose they might have. I guess that is possible. Who would have guessed? These innocent little trees are able to block giant future artillery shells. So let's move up quickly with these cons, my extra cons here, and make ourselves a forward installation. Try and eliminate these guys. That's that's the Delta in its final... The wings actually work now, I didn't know that. The little fin things. That's nice, because that was in the original concept art, but, you know, it didn't used to always be able to actually do that in the game. So that's nice. That's working now, I guess. That's cool. Alright, so we've got our forward base getting set up here. We've got these 3 factories that need to start making units. There we go. And let us begin. Stalling on metal. Need more of that stuff. But oh well. You know, gotta spend resources to make resources, or something along those lines. Get out of there, cons! Get out! I was gonna say, don't kill my construction units. Oh crap. Repair it! Repair it! No! Fall back! Fall back! Okay. Okay, here. We've got another decent attack force building. Oh, and I totally forgot about all of our bombers. Let's send them in. You know, this episode's getting a little bit long. Maybe we can just go for the quick commander snipe. We can let's have our bombers. Don't want to tip our hand that we actually have bombers though. So let's. Well, I guess it's an AI. It's a little bit different than a real human, so it might not matter whether we tip our hand or not, so to speak. So let's just go ahead and deny him these resources. There we go. And fighters, no! Run! Quick bombers, quick! Go! Attack them! Murder them! See if we can get them! Oh yeah! Look at that. He's dead. Got him! Boom. Took out all the bombers, but that's okay, we got him. And I think that's an episode. There we go. Alright. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I think this episode's about 30 minutes long, I believe, so that is our war. Let's see what text we have, and we'll call it. Explore it. Basic orbital tech? What's this? complete. Yeah, we already have complete orbital tech, so I have no need for basic orbital tech. But yeah, look at how far our empire already expands by doing that initial little maneuver, just claiming a lot of random neutral zones. We have violated the neutral zone, and now the Klingons are very angry. But who cares what they think? But yeah, alright, thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you have a nice day. See you later.